Hello everyone, it's January, it's freezing cold, the rivers are running slow, we haven't had rain for a while, and fishing is ultra tough. But if there's one place you're guaranteed to catch fish, it's down here on the River Chew in Keynsham Memorial Park, because it's absolutely stuffed full of dace. The question is finding them. The depth variation's huge. Up by the mill, it's about 3 foot deep. In front of me here, it's about 10 foot deep. And then it shallows back up again at the entrance, exit of the duck pond. So with it being crystal clear, the fish are going to be easily spooked. So they're going to be either tucked away in the snags or they're going to be in the deep water. And it's the deep water that I'm gunning for. Dace have really good eyesight, and the hook length I'm using is a 2 pound breaking strain hook length to a size 20 hook. If you want to be clever, 0.10 diameter line to a size 20 hook. And really I would go smaller than that, but I was expecting to be teaching someone today, so needed to make it slightly bigger to make it more easy for them to put bait on. Yeah, I'm using a cadence whip. The depth that I'm fishing at is probably about 8 foot deep. It's probably the deepest part of the river that I've found, so a little bit careful plumbing. And I'm fishing in the main flow, as that has a cleaner bottom, if you'll pardon the expression. You'll see the water has that real sort of jade green colour to it. It means it's going to be cold and clear. Every now and again I'm just lifting the rod tip to lift the float slightly and make that bait kick up off the bottom. There you go. Minnows, that's why I haven't put any bait in yet. I'm not sure I will. I was starting to panic there a little bit. 4 minnows on the trot. And finally, the dace. Well, I'm not going to put any feed in. This place gets fished a lot. I'm in a swim that gets fished a lot, and it's the deepest part of the river. So I think there's going to be fish holed up there, regardless of whether I put bait in. I don't need to draw them in. Although I'm not really fishing on the drop, I've got no shot on the first foot. And then I've got my shot dotted out over the next 2 foot. And then it's just line for another 1.5 meters up to the float. The float I'm using is quite heavy. Again, it's because I was intending to be with a beginner today, and they need that weight to help them get the feel for whipping the line out. It was only going to be a 2-hour session. I waited 45 minutes before I realised they weren't coming. And I'll need to go and pick my own kids up. Why waste an opportunity to fish? I've only got 45 minutes of fishing probably. And to stop line twist when I'm flicking this out, I'm actually putting the maggot on in a way that a lot of people would call back to front. Keeps it all nice and aerodynamic.
Who does this belong to, this stretcher?
It's free, believe it or not.
Oh, crikey, there's not much fish in it, is now?
Yeah. In here you've got 13 different species of fish.
Crikey. Well, best of luck. I've got a load. I've got to miss it now.
Yeah.
Bye then.
See ya. It's nice chatting to the people as they walk by. Oh, what's that? Another minnow. And when it's really this cold and the water's, close to freezing, I'd much sooner fish on a river than a still water, because the fish have got to swim. If they've got to swim, they've got to use up energy. And if they're using up energy, they have to eat, no matter how cold it gets. So I don't think I have to say, no, that's good. Another dace, I think. It says here, hook resistant, and all it ever does is catch my hooks. Oh, it's a roach. Lovely. There's a red eye, red fins. And this is without putting any feed in whatsoever. I reckon if I put feed in, I'd be plagued by minnows. Lovely. I've fished this spot before, incidentally, in the summer, so chump fishing and barbel fishing is more your thing. Have a look at the link, put it up. There's another huge minnow, number 9. I thought it was something bigger than that. It's the beauty of these little whips. Whatever you catch makes it bend. If you don't know how to attach a rig to a solid tip, have a look at my last video. And if you're wondering what all the sirens were going off for, just remember, always take an unhooking mat. It hasn't rained for ages, but there's still a bit of a flow, and you'll see that I'm really slowly moving the pole round, following the float. And when you're fishing at this sort of depth, the line's not going to go straight vertically down. It's going to be at an angle. So although I've come the depth and I know that I was an inch maybe over depth, with that angle and the flow, I think maybe I'm not quite trundling it close enough to the bottom. A bit risky because I might snag the line, but I'm going to do it. Move the float up a couple of inches. I'm guessing it's probably a dace. Yes, it is. Small enough to swing to hand. Pinkies. There we go. One red, one yellow. Rhubarb and custard. That's a better fish. It's on a double maggot, rhubarb and custard. How big's he? Probably about 5 ounces, 6 ounces maybe. Bear in mind the British record dace is about £1.5 or something, is it? The dace are normally within the first couple of feet of water, but those hard frosts have put them down. There was a smaller shoal of smaller fish up in the shallows, but pushing the float up and fishing over depth definitely paid off. But unfortunately, it was time to head home. Thanks for watching.